Every time you make a purchase with fear, guilt, or anxiety, you're putting static into your energetic system. You're sending a signal that says money leaving is dangerous. Money going out is bad. And because your subconscious mind does not distinguish between different types of outflow, that signal affects everything. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and today we're going to talk about money, but not in the way most people talk about money. We're not going to talk about budgets or investments or side hustles or how to work harder. We're going to talk about what money actually is. And when you understand what it actually is, everything changes. I want you to think for a moment about how you feel about money. Not how you want to feel, not how you think you should feel, how you actually feel. When you check your bank account, what happens in your body? When you pay a bill, what emotion arises? When you think about your financial future, do you feel peace or anxiety? Just notice. No judgment. This is just information. Most people, if they are honest, feel some version of stress, anxiety, frustration, or fear around money. Even people who have plenty of it. Even people who are doing well by most standards. There's something about money that triggers us. Something that gets under our skin and activates our deepest insecurities. There's a reason for that. We have been taught to think about money in a way that creates suffering. We have been programmed with beliefs that block the very abundance we are seeking. Today I'm going to share different ways of understanding money, a way that, when you really get it, dissolves the fear and opens you up to a completely different relationship with abundance. I've talked about this before, but I really wanted to dedicate this episode to it. And in the second half of this episode, I'm going to guide you through a meditation to actually shift the energy in your body, not just understand it intellectually, but feel it change. So stay with me to the end. Let me ask you a question. What is money? I do not mean philosophically, I mean practically. If you had to explain money to someone who had never encountered it, what would you say? Most people would say money is paper or coins or numbers in an account. Some would say it's a medium of exchange. Others would say it's a measure of value. All of those answers are technically correct, but they miss the deeper truth. Money is energy. This is not me being woo-woo or speaking poetically. This is physics. Everything in the universe is energy. The chair you're sitting in is energy vibrating at a frequency slow enough to appear solid. The light from your screen is energy vibrating at a frequency your eyes can detect. Your thoughts are electrical impulses, which is energy. Your emotions are biochemical reactions, which is energy. And money is energy too. Think about that piece of paper in your wallet. It has no inherent value. It is cotton and ink. The number in your bank account is just pixels on a screen, data stored on a server somewhere. What gives it power? Agreement, belief. The collective human agreement that this paper, this number, represents something. That agreement is an energetic phenomenon. It exists in consciousness. It exists in the field. This is critical because it means money responds to the same laws that all energy responds to. It flows. It circulates. It moves towards certain frequencies and away from others. It can be blocked, stagnant, or free-flowing depending on the system it is moving through. Here's the part most people miss. You are that system. Your body, your mind, your emotional state, your beliefs. You are the system that money flows through, or does not flow through. Here's something most people never think about. The word we use for money, currency, comes from the Latin word currere, which means to run or to flow. Currency, current, like a river current, like an electrical current. The very language we use to describe money tells us what it is supposed to do. It is supposed to move. Think about a river. When a river flows freely, the water stays fresh. It brings nutrients downstream. It carves canyons. It supports entire ecosystems on its banks. Fish thrive, plants grow, life flourishes wherever the water moves. But when a river gets dammed up, something different happens. The water becomes stagnant. It gets murky. Algae grows. Mosquitoes breed. Things start to die. The very thing that was life-giving becomes life-draining when it stops moving. Money works exactly the same way. When it flows, it brings vitality everywhere it goes. It supports businesses, families, communities, dreams. When it stagnates, problems arise, not just for the person hoarding it, but for the entire system that depends on its circulation. Now, the key insight I want you to really hear is the channel that money flows out of is the same channel that money flows in through. This is not two separate pipes. It's one system, one river, which means that if you constrict the outflow, you automatically constrict the inflow. If you grip, clutch, hoard, and refuse to let money out, you're simultaneously blocking it from coming in. You cannot have one without the other. If you want to sit with that for a moment, the way you let money go determines the way money comes to you. The way you spend is connected to the way you receive. They are not separate activities. They are two expressions of the same energetic flow. Let me give you another way to think about this. Imagine you're standing in a stream. The water is flowing past you, around you, through the space you occupy. Now imagine you reach down and try to grab a handful of water and hold on to it. What happens? At first, you have some water in your hands, but immediately it starts leaking out between your fingers. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. And while you're focused on holding onto that handful, the entire river is flowing past you. Gallons and gallons of water moving downstream while you clutch desperately at your little puddle. Now imagine a different approach. Instead of grabbing, you simply cup your hands and hold them in the stream. The water flows in, swirls around, and flows out. But your hands are never empty. There's always water there, not because you're holding on to it, but because you're positioned in the flow. This is the difference between scarcity consciousness and abundance consciousness. Scarcity grabs, abundance allows. Scarcity holds on, abundance participates. Scarcity sees a finite resource that must be protected. Abundance sees an infinite flow that must be joined. Most people have been taught the grabbing approach. Save everything, spend nothing. Protect what you have because there might not be more. And that approach creates exactly what it fears: stagnation, scarcity, the very lack it was trying to prevent. So if money is energy and energy is supposed to flow, the obvious question is, what blocks it? Where does the flow get stuck? Why do some people seem to have money flowing to them effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how hard they work? The answer is always internal. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and your physical tension around money create resistance in your system, and that resistance shows up in your external reality as lack, struggle, and limitation. The outside mirrors the inside always. Let me walk you through some of the most common blockages. As I go through these, notice which ones resonate with you. Notice where you feel something in your body. That recognition is valuable information. The first blockage is fear of spending. Every time you make a purchase with fear, guilt, or anxiety, you're putting static into your energetic system. You're sending a signal that says money leaving is dangerous. Money going out is bad. And because your subconscious mind does not distinguish between different types of outflow, that signal affects everything. It tells the universe that you do not want money to move, so the universe obliges, it stops moving towards you as well. The second blockage is resentment when paying bills. This is a big one. Think about how you feel when you pay your electric bill, your rent, your car payment, your taxes. What emotion arises? For most people, there's a resentment there, a sense of loss, a feeling of being taken from. But here's what you are actually doing when you feel that way. You're telling the universe that money moving through your life is a bad thing. You're energetically fighting the very circulation that keeps abundance flowing. Think about your electric bill for a moment. What does that money actually buy? It buys lights so that you can see at night. It buys refrigeration so your food does not spoil. It buys heat in winter and cooling in summer. It buys the ability to charge your phone, watch television, use your computer, that bill represents an extraordinary amount of value delivered to your home. But if you pay it with resentment, you miss all of that. You just see loss. The third blockage is guilt about wanting more. Many of you have a deep, often unconscious belief that wanting money makes you greedy, shallow, materialistic, or bad. Maybe you grew up in a religious environment that taught money is the root of all evil. Maybe your family had complicated relationships with wealth. Maybe you absorbed cultural messages about the virtue of poverty. Whatever the source, you now carry guilt about your desire for abundance. So you send mixed signals. Part of you wants more, part of you judges yourself for wanting more. One foot on the gas, one foot on the brake. The car goes nowhere. The universe receives two conflicting instructions and does not know which one to follow, so nothing changes. The fourth blockage is jealousy when others prosper. When you see someone else succeed financially and feel envy, resentment, or bitterness, you are making a very specific statement to the universe. You're saying that abundance is over there, with them, not here with you. You're reinforcing the perception that money is finite, a fixed pie, and their slice means less for you. That perception becomes your experience. That belief becomes your reality. The opposite approach is to celebrate others' success. When you genuinely feel happy for someone else's abundance, you are aligning yourself with abundance itself. You're saying, yes, I am in the same field as that. I am part of that same flow. Their success is evidence that success is possible, that money is flowing, and that abundance exists. And if it exists for them, it can exist for you. The fifth blockage is hoarding and clutching. This one is tricky because it often masquerades as responsibility. Yes, saving money sometimes can be good. Saving money seems like a good thing. Being careful with your resources seems wise. But there's a difference between healthy saving and fearful hoarding. Healthy saving comes from a place of intention and planning. Fearful hoarding comes from a place of terror that there will not be more. The energy behind the action matters. You can put money in a savings account with an attitude of abundance, knowing you're building something, preparing for something, directing your resources with purpose. Or you can put money in a savings account with an attitude of scarcity, clutching every dollar because you're terrified of the future. There have been people that have died with money in the bank, and it makes me so sad. They could have lived a great life and helped so many more. Each of these intentions is the same action, completely different energy, completely different results. Which of these blockages resonate with you? Maybe more than one, maybe all of them to some degree. That's totally normal. It's human. These are not personal failures. They are collective programs that were installed in you by your family, your culture, your education, and your experience. They are not who you are, they are just what you learned. Anything you learned can be unlearned. Anything you learned can be replaced with something better. Now let me give you a reframe that can change everything. Most people think of spending money as losing money. They think in terms of subtraction. You had $100, you bought something, now you have $90, loss, decrease, less than before. That is not what actually happens. What happens is an exchange. Energy moves. You give money to someone and they give you something in return. A product, a service, an experience, a meal, a memory. The energy did not disappear, it transformed. It changed form, it went somewhere. It is now doing something in someone else's life, and because it left your system in motion, more energy can flow in to replace it. Think about the person who receives your payment. Let us say you buy a coffee. That $5 goes to the barista, to the shop owner, to the company that roasted the beans, to the farmers who grew them, to the truckers who transported them. Your $5 ripples out into dozens of lives. It pays for someone's groceries. It helps someone make rent. It allows someone to take their kid to a birthday party. The energy multiplies as it moves. When you really understand this, spending stops being loss and starts being participation. You are participating in the circulation of abundance. You are keeping the river flowing. You are being a good steward of energy by allowing it to move rather than trapping it in a stagnant pool. Here's the other side. When you receive money, you're not taking from someone. You're completing their flow. When someone pays you for your work, you are allowing them to participate in circulation. You are giving them the opportunity to exchange their energy for something they value. Receiving is a service. Let me say that again because it goes against everything you have been taught. Receiving is a service. It is not selfish. It's not greedy. It's not taking. It is completing the circuit. It is essential to the flow. Many of you have trouble receiving compliments, gifts, money, help, support. Someone tries to give you something and you deflect, refuse, minimize, or immediately try to give something back to balance the scales. That deflection is a blockage. It stops the flow. It denies the giver the completion of their giving and tells the universe that you are not open to receiving. So how do you know if your money energy is flowing or stuck? How do you assess the state of your internal system? Here are some signs to look for. When your energy is flowing, you can pay bills without emotional charge. Not with forced positivity or pretending you love paying taxes, but with neutrality. The energy moves and you let it move without adding resistance. You pay your electric bill and think, that is energy leaving to pay for energy received. Fair exchange complete. When your energy is flowing, you can spend on yourself without guilt. You can buy something nice without immediately justifying it, defending it, or feeling like you need to apologize for it. You can recognize you're part of the circulation too. You are not just a conduit for money to pass through to others. You're a participant. You deserve to receive value from the flow. When your energy is flowing, you genuinely celebrate others' wins. Someone else gets a raise, lands a big client, inherits money, wins the lottery, and your honest first reaction is happiness for them. Not performance happiness, real happiness. Because you know their abundance does not diminish yours. There is not a finite pie. The more people to prosper, the more prosperity exists in the world. Their success expands what is possible for everyone, including you. When your energy is flowing, money comes from unexpected places. You find $20 in an old coat. Someone repays a debt you forgot about. An opportunity shows up out of nowhere. A refund arrives that you were not expecting. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's physics. When the channel is open, the flow increases. Money finds its way to you because you are not blocking it. When your energy is flowing, you feel relaxed rather than desperate about money. Not because you have millions in the bank. Not because all your problems are solved, but because you're trusting the flow. You know that you are part of a system that is always moving, always providing, always circulating. You stop white-knuckling your finances and start participating in abundance with open hands. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open is your money channel right now? 1 being completely blocked, 10 being wide open flow. Just notice. No judgment. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Wherever you are is where you are. And wherever you are is a perfect place to start. Now we're going to move from understanding to experience. Guide you through a meditation to actually shift the energy in your body. Not just think differently about money, but feel differently about it at a cellular level. You see, all those blockages we talked about, the fear, the resentment, the guilt, the jealousy, the hoarding, they're not just thoughts. They're not just beliefs floating around in your head. They live in your body. They have a physical location, a sensation, a texture, a weight. And when you work with them at that level, at the somatic level, you can shift them in ways that thinking alone cannot accomplish. You probably tried to think your way out of money problems. You have read books, listened to podcasts, understood the concepts. But understanding is not transformation. Knowing that you should feel abundant does not make you feel abundant. Information changes your mind. Experience changes your body, and your body is where the blockages live. If you're somewhere you can close your eyes, that's great. If you're driving or doing something that requires your visual attention, that's fine too. You can still do this. It's an activation as well. Just let my voice guide you while you do this. What matters is that you pay attention. So let us begin. Take a breath. Not a deep breath unless you want one, just a normal breath. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop a little, let your jaw soften, let your belly relax. Do not have to do anything right now except be here in this moment. Good. Now I want you to bring your attention into your body, not to any specific place. Just notice that you have a body. Notice that you exist in physical form. Notice the weight of your body against whatever is supporting you. The chair beneath you, the floor under your feet, the seat of your car, whatever it is. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Notice any sounds around you. Let all of that be present. Let all that fade into the background. Now I want you to think about money, not in an abstract way, not as a concept, in a specific personal way. Think about the last time you felt stress around money. Maybe it was looking at your bank account. Maybe it was paying a bill that felt too big. Maybe it was a conversation you had with someone about finances. Maybe it was a purchase you made and regretted. Maybe it was something you wanted but could not afford. Bring up that specific memory now. See it, feel it, let it be real. As you hold that memory, notice where in your body you feel something. There is a place probably in your torso where your body responds to this memory. It might be in your stomach, a tightness, a knot, a sinking feeling. It might be in your chest, pressure, constriction, heaviness. It might be in your throat, a lump, a closing. It might be in your shoulders, your jaw, your lower back. There's a place where your body holds money, stress. Find it now. Do not change it. Just find it. Good, you found it. Now stay with it. Get curious about it. What does it actually feel like? Is it tight or loose, heavy or light, hot or cold, sharp or dull? Does it have edges? Does it fade out gradually? Does it have a shape or color, a texture? You don't have to answer these questions out loud. Just notice, explore, be curious about this sensation without trying to make it go away. This sensation you're feeling is stuck energy. It's the physical manifestation of every fearful thought, every limiting belief, every anxious moment you've ever had around money. It's been accumulating in your body for years, maybe decades. Every time you worry about bills, it adds a layer. Every time you feel guilty about spending, it tightens. Every time you compare yourself to someone with more, it contracts. This sensation is the sum total of your money conditioning. But here's what is also true. You are bigger than this sensation. You're the one noticing it. You're the awareness that can feel it, explore it, describe it, which means you are not it. It's something you have, not something you are. You contain it, but you're not limited to it. It is in you, but it is not you. And because you can notice it, you can work with it. You can release it. You can let it go. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to breathe into that area. Not forcing air there physically. It's not how the lungs work, but directing your attention, your awareness, and your energy into that sensation. As if you could breathe directly into the tightness, the heaviness, the blockage. Imagine your breath as warm light flowing into that exact spot. Breathe in, directing warmth and light to that place. And as you exhale, imagine the sensation softening, maybe just a little, just at the edges, not forcing it to change, just inviting it to soften, like ice melting in the sunlight. Again, breathe into the sensation, feel your attention warming that area, and exhale, allowing it to soften. One more time. Breathe in, feel the energy move toward that blockage. Feel the warmth, the light, the attention. Now exhale. Let the edges dissolve. Let the center loosen. Let the whole thing become a little less solid. Good. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine that above your head there is a source of infinite energy. You can picture it as a golden light. You can picture it as a white light. Or a vibrant life force without any color at all. Whatever feels right. This source is endless. It has no bottom. It is not depleted by being used. It simply is. It has always been. It will always be. Infinite abundance hovering just above you. Now imagine that this energy begins to pour down into the top of your head. Slowly at first. A gentle stream of light entering through the crown, beginning to fill you. Feel it moving down into your forehead, your eyes, your face. Feel it softening your jaw, relaxing your mouth, flowing into your neck and shoulders. Release any tension there. The energy continues to flow down into your chest, your heart, your lungs, filling every space with this vibrant light. Feel it moving into that area where you are holding money stress. Let it pour into that blockage. Let it fill the cracks. Let it loosen what was tight. Let it warm what was cold. Let it lighten what was heavy. Energy keeps flowing down into your stomach, your belly, your lower back, filling your entire midsection with light. Down into your hips, your pelvis, down into your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, all the way down to the tips of your toes. You are now filled with this infinite energy, saturated with it, glowing with it. Here's where it gets interesting. I want you to feel this energy begin to flow out through your hands, as if your palms had openings there, as if this light could stream out from the center of each hand into the world around you, not leaving you depleted, because more is always flowing in from above, but moving through you, circulating, doing what energy does. This is what happens when you spend money from a place of flow. This is what happens when you pay a bill with gratitude instead of resentment. This is what happens when you tip generously, when you buy a gift for someone you love, when you support a cause you believe in. Energy flows out of your hands. But it is not a loss or depletion. It is circulation. It's participation. Now notice something. The more energy you allow to flow out through your hands, the more flows in through the top of your head. The outflow and inflow are connected. They are the same movement, the same breath, out and in. Give and receive, release and allow. The channel is open in both directions. There is no scarcity here. I want you to feel the relief of this. The relief of not having to grip anymore. The relief of not having to hoard or clutch or protect. This energy is infinite. This energy is money. It is always available. It is always flowing. Your only job is to keep the channel open. Your only job is not to block it. Let it move through you. Let it come. Let it go. Let it come again. Give yourself new channels to let it flow. Now I want you to recognize something right now as you listen to this. There are thousands of other people who have listened to these same words. Some of them are listening right now at this very moment in different time zones around the world. Some listened yesterday, some will listen tomorrow, but all of them in their own moment opened to this same energy. They filled with the same light. They felt the same flow. Here's what's beautiful. Energy is not limited by time. The field we create when we do this work together exists outside of linear time. So right now, you can connect with that field. You can tap into the collective energy of everyone who has ever done this meditation or listened to this episode, and everyone who ever will in the future. Feel that amplification. Feel how much bigger it is than what you could generate alone. What one person clears, everyone benefits from. What one person opens expands the capacity of the whole field. You're not just doing this for yourself. You're contributing to a collective shift in how humanity relates to abundance. Every time someone releases their money fears, it becomes a little easier for the next person. You are part of that. You are helping. Simply by doing this work, you are serving. Now think about something specific. Think about the next time you will spend money. It might be today or tomorrow. A cup of coffee or gas, groceries, a subscription, something. Bring that upcoming transaction to mind now. Feel what happens when you imagine that transaction as energy flowing from your hands, not as loss, not as subtraction, not as having less, as flow, as circulation, as participation in abundance. The money leaves your hands filled with energy of your blessing, and it goes somewhere. It supports someone. It becomes part of their life. It ripples out into the world doing good wherever it goes. And because you released it with openness instead of resistance, more flows in to take its place. Can you feel how different that is? Can you feel how different it is in your body? There is no contraction. There's no fear. There's no grip. There's only the natural movement of energy doing what energy does. Flowing, circulating, blessing everything it touches. Now think about receiving. Think about the next time money will come to you. Paycheck, payment from a client, a gift, a refund, an unexpected find. Bring that to mind now. Feel what happens when you imagine that money flowing into you through the top of your head, joining the light, filling you. Not as something you grab or clutch or protect, as something you allow, something you welcome, as something you receive with open hands and an open heart. You are completing someone else's flow. You're participating in circulation. You are saying yes to abundance. You are worthy of receiving, not because you earned it, not because you deserve it more than others, but because you are part of the flow. You're a node in the network of abundance. And the network needs you. The flow requires you. Receiving is not selfish. Receiving is service. Receiving is participation. Receiving is yes. Now let go of the specifics. Let go of the particular transactions, the particular memories, the images. Just feel the general state you're in right now. This openness, this flow, this ease. This is what it feels like when your money channel is clear. This is what it feels like when you are not fighting the current. This is your natural state. You're born this way, open, trusting, participating. Life just taught you to constrict. Fear taught you to grip. Scarcity taught you to hoard. But none of that is you, and none of that is true. It's just what you learned. You are unlearning it right now. You can always come back here whenever you feel the old patterns returning, the fear, the resentment, the guilt. You can take a breath, soften your body, and remember this feeling. You can imagine the light pouring in from above. You can feel it flowing out through your hands. You can rejoin the flow. You can return to openness. It is always available, always here. It is your birthright. Now, I'm going to bring you back to full waking awareness, but before I do, I want you to set an intention. Maybe your intention is to notice when you feel contracted around money. Maybe it is to bless your money as it leaves your hands, sending it off with goodwill. Maybe your intention is to practice receiving without apology, or to remember that money is energy. Whatever feels right. Set that intention now. Let it drop from your mind into your body. Let it settle into your cells. Let it become part of you. Good. Now, at your own pace, begin to bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Notice the sounds around you, the feeling of your body against whatever is supporting you. No rush. Slowly return to this moment. Take a moment to notice how you feel, how you think, how you should feel. You're more relaxed, more open, more spacious. That shift is real. That is your body releasing what it's been holding. here's the truth. This feeling will not last forever in its current intensity. You're going to turn off this episode and go back to your life. You're going to check your email and see a bill. You're going to scroll social media and maybe see somebody flaunting their success. Your job is not to maintain this exact state permanently without any effort. That's not how humans work. Your job is to notice when you leave this state and consciously choose to return. Every time you catch yourself constricting and choose to soften, you're rewiring your brain. You're building new pathways. You're teaching your nervous system a new way of relating to money. So what I invite you to practice, next time you spend money, any amount on anything, take a conscious breath. It's one breath. As you hand over the cash or swipe the card or press the button, consciously release the money with goodwill. Just honest acknowledgement that this energy is flowing from you into the world. It's going somewhere. It will return to you tenfold. It's going to do something. It's participating in circulation. One breath, one conscious release. That's all. Do that for a week every time you spend money, online, anywhere. And notice what happens. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice if anything in your financial life begins to shift. I think you'll be surprised. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you for listening all the way through. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs it. There is someone in your life who's struggling with money stress, who's gripping and clutching and afraid. Send them this. Let them experience what you just experienced. Remember, the more people who open to abundance, the more abundance exists in the world. That's my goal. Their opening helps you. Your opening helps them. We're in this together. If you want to go deeper, if you want to explore more about energy and consciousness and reality creation, subscribe to this channel. And you can also join the school community where we do live group coaching sessions and have exclusive content. We talk about this stuff all the time. We take it to another level. You can find us in the description below at school.com, skool.com/reality revolution. Additionally, we still have a few tickets available. It's almost sold out for our New Jersey event. You can buy tickets. It's a 3-day in-person live event which has immersive meditative experiences designed to shift you into your greatest timeline. You can buy tickets in the link in the description at www.brianscottlive.com/reality revolution. I'm sending all my love, sending all my light to everyone listening, all my energy which flows to you. I want you to change your view of money. Money is infinite. It's all around you, flowing like energy. Once you accept this and open up to it, you will see the most amazing changes in your life because I want you to be prosperous. It brings prosperity to me. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution. You felt it. That pull, like you're supposed to be somewhere else. Someone else. Like there's a version of your life that's already happening and you're just watching it from the wrong side of the glass. What if that version isn't somewhere else? What if it's right here, waiting for you to step into it? Not through years of work, not through more information, through a single moment of actual shift. Three days, one room. Everything changes. The East Coast finally has a door, and it's opening on February 27th. The question isn't whether you're ready, it's whether you'll answer.